stories you are about to see are real. The rewards up to $5 million are real. This is Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't. I'm Dave Michaels with this week's edition of Spot Crime, where we highlight crimes reported in the CSRA. We've had 92 assaults around the CSRA. They took place at the 200 block of East Telfair Street, the 3600 block of Arlene Circle, the 2400 block of Amsterdam Drive, the 3200 block of Prelude Court, the 700 block of James Brown Boulevard, the 3400 block of Walter Creek, the 400 block of Oak Street, the 2200 block of Browns Road, the 1600 block of Fenwick Street, the 1000 block of Foxden Road, the 2900 block of Rays Creek Drive, the 1900 block of Williams Drive, the 3000 block of Deansbridge Road, the 2000 block of Broad Street, 15th Street, the 1800 block of Belmont Avenue, the 3000 block of Gibson Drive, the 3400 block of Morgan Road, the 2300 block of Deansbridge Road, the 1000 block of Stevens Creek Road, the 2100 block of Van Devry Road, the 1600 block of Macaulay Street, the 2900 block of Farrington Drive, the 1700 block of the Gordon Highway, the 3200 block of Riceboro Road, the 2200 block of Raleigh Drive, the 2800 block of Washington Road, the 1000 block of Blake Drive, the 2000 block of Old Savannah Road, the 200 block of Thompson Road, the 3000 block of Tallywood Way, the 2300 block of Cummings Road, the 2600 block of Helen Street, the 3000 block of Parish Road, the 2700 block of Lumpkin Road, the 4400 block of Silverton Road, the 2300 block of Burgundy Street, the 4000 block of Bertie Court, the 3500 block of the Mike Paget Highway, the 600 block of Bowler Avenue, the 1800 block of Jenkins Street, the 1700 block of Kissing Bough Road, the 1700 block of the Gordon Highway, the 4300 block of Forest Road, the 4400 block of Keys Road, the 1700 block of Hicks Street, the 2600 block of Blueberry Drive, the 2300 block of Cougar Drive, the 2400 block of Bahama Drive, the 2900 block of Jefferson Street, the 2000 block of Olive Road, the 2100 block of Windsor Springs Road, Charleston Drive, the 4100 block of Iron Horse Drive, the 2400 block of Lisbon Road, Crawford Avenue, the 1500 block of McCalkey Street, the 600 block of Benduck Mill Road, the 1600 block of Gordon Highway, 3900 block of Lace Road, the 2400 block of Windsor Springs Road, the 3000 block of Washington Road, the 1000 block of River Ridge Road, Sibling Street, the 2300 block of Henry Court, the 1200 block of Kent Street, the 1200 block of Swanee Quintet Boulevard, the 2900 block of Rays Creek Drive, the 3400 block of Gibhart Court, the 3200 block of Deansbridge Road, the 1500 block of Abbey Way, the 1200 block of Broad Street, the 400 block of East Boundary, 2nd Street, the 3800 block of Mike Paget Highway, the 1000 block of Cherry Street, the 2000 block of Brighton Road, the 2500 block of Joanne Court, the 2100 block of Cadden Road, the 1800 block of Belmont Avenue, the 2400 block of Amsterdam Court, 2 assaults on the 200 block of East Telfair Street, the 100 block of Westgate Drive, the 2500 block of Milledgeville Road, the 1200 block of Clark Road, the 1500 block of North Leg Road, the 500 block of West Richmond Hill Road, the 1100 block of 15th Street, the 2900 block of Shadow Ridge Drive, the 3500 block of Hempstead Court, and the 2800 block of Bransford Court. We've had 34 burglaries around the CSRA. They took place at the 1600 block of Chestnut Street, the 1100 block of Peters Road, the 700 block of Hurd Avenue, the 3800 block of Oxford Drive, the 2300 block of Cougar Drive, the 2400 block of Windsor Springs Road, the 200 block of Perkins Street. We've had 3 at the 1800 block of Belmont Avenue, the 2100 block of Hill Street Drive, 2 at the 1100 block of Peters Road, the 4900 block of Horseshoe Circle, the 2200 block of Lumpkin Road, the 2000 block of Old Savannah Road, the 1900 block of Green Street, the 1700 block of Walton Way, the 900 block of Bindock Mill Road, the 2400 block of Seago Road, the 3000 block of Camp Josie Road, the 1600 block of Douglas Street, the 600 block of Wrights Avenue, the 2400 block of Lesbon Road, the 2300 block of Prague Court, the 2300 block of Riceboro Road, the 1900 block of Cooney Circle, the 3500 block of Jonathan Circle, the 300 block of East Telfair Street, the 2900 block of Hamilton Drive, the 22 block of Rozier Road, the 1900 block of Walton Way, the 2400 block of Madrid Drive, and the 100 block of Cortlandt Drive. We've had 9 robberies around the CSRA. They took place at the 2500 block of Terra Heights Court, the 4100 block of Elaine Court, the 700 block of Huntington Drive, the 700 block of Brits Lane, 12th Street, the 3700 block of the Mike Paget Highway, the 1400 block of Steiner Avenue, the 3400 block of Peach Orchard Road, and the 500 block of 3rd Street. We've had 5 charged with reckless conduct around the CSRA. They took place on the 2400 block of Dublin Drive, the 3200 block of Wrightsboro Road, the 3300 block of Blanchard Road, the 700 block of DeMarket Street, and the 3400 block of McAlpin Drive. We've had 2 drug arrests around the CSRA. They took place at the 3600 block of Windsor Springs Road and the 3300 block of Jonathan Circle. If you know anything about these crimes or any other crimes, Please text your tips to 803-441-8744, where you'll always remain anonymous, and you tell us where to stack your cash rewards.
Let's face it, folks, crime can strike at any time, and we have to do all we can to make ourselves and our homes a safer place. Quit just talking about it and just go ahead and do it. Please, go down to your local Humane Society and adopt a good watchdog. For around $100, you get the dog that has already been fixed, had all its shots, with an ID chip in every dog. I prefer a big dog with a big bark. Crooks will not usually hit the house with the aggressive bark behind the door. Just think, a good watchdog might just be the right move for you in these very dangerous times of crimes.
911? I just broke into a house and the owners came home.
You broke into a house?
Yeah.
Where at?
I don't know.
Okay, so are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you with...
I think they have guns.
Okay, where are you?
I don't know.
You have no clue where you are.
And now, we'll be right back after these messages.
Shut up! Stop looking at me! This wasn't supposed to be your life!
And now for yet another home invasion. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office reports 28-year-old Marquell Gilbert underwent emergency surgery after he was shot several times in a home invasion of his apartment late Tuesday night, August 20th. This one of Augusta's most recent home invasions, happened at the Walden West Apartments on Walden Avenue. Several witnesses say they heard several gunshots and reported them in the area. When deputies arrived, they found Gilbert in a pool of blood with gunshot wounds to his stomach and right thigh. Investigators report the victim told them that he thought two dark males kicked in his apartment door and began shooting. As of the time this TV show went to production, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, other surrounding agencies, and Crime Stoppers were still involved in a manhunt for these armed and dangerous fleeing and evading home invaders. Be extra careful who you let approach you, your family, your vehicle, or home until these home invaders have been caught. Many times, fleeing and evading felons like this will hijack you and your car for your cash, your credit cards, and a new getaway car that the police don't know about. If you are carjacked, resist where you are or jump out of the car, as most victims that are driven away from the scene of a hijacking after the hijackers get them alone suffer terrible torture or certain death. Do not just open doors without asking and recognizing who is asking for you to come to your door. If you see anything suspicious that you think may indicate who or where these home invaders may be, please call Detective Greg Marr at 706-821-1080 or call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS or email your tip to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org, where you can remain anonymous and you tell Crime Stoppers how and where you want to be paid. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office is looking for 23-year-old Justin DeMond Stallworth, one of the black male suspects in an armed robbery that happened around 9 a.m. August 17th at the store It's Fashions at the Southgate Shopping Center on Gordon Highway. Investigators say Stallworth and another black male entered the store with one brandishing a handgun and took the morning deposit for the store, a purse from the store employee, and a purse from a second victim. Stallworth is charged with armed robbery and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. According to investigators, he is not yet in custody, and the second suspect has not yet been identified. Investigators say the suspects were last seen in a golden color vehicle driving behind the Old South precinct of the Richmond County Sheriff's Office substation. Amazingly, Stallworth was already out on the street from another robbery that he pulled off about a year ago. In that robbery, Bernard Croker, 41, believed to be from Charleston, South Carolina, James Dumond Lamar White, 33, of Atlanta, and Justin Demond Stallworth, 23, in Augusta, were all taken to the Richmond County Jail shortly after that robbery, but for some reason, Stallworth's back out on the street, robbing everybody again. If you know where armed robber 23-year-old Justin Demond Stallworth and another black male suspect in an armed robbery are, please call investigator Calvin Chu at 706-821-1080 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS, or email or private message your tip to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org or our Facebook page, where you can always remain anonymous. Richmond County Sheriff's Office investigators were called to the scene of an armed robbery of a yellow barber shop on East Boundary August 16th. Sergeant Shane McDaniel reports that two black males brandishing semi-automatic weapons entered the yellow barber shop and demanded money. Then both suspects fled the scene on foot, running towards the area of East Walker Street, where there is rampant lawlessness. If you think you know who or where these two black males are, or may be found, please call Investigator Terry Gore, Sergeant Shane McDaniel, or any other investigator at 706-821-1080, or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS, or email your tip to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers, or you can remain anonymous and you tell Crime Stoppers how and where you want to be paid. Now for an update on the Hester Jackson murder, Richmond County Sheriff's Office Lieutenant Blaze Dresser called a press conference on the 2700 block of Willis Foreman Road to announce a cash reward of up to $9,000 for the arrest and conviction of those responsible for the murder of 56-year-old Hester Jackson. Police are still searching for the shooter or shooters responsible for killing Mr. Jackson as he arrived home on Willis Foreman Road. Those who knew him say Jackson was a quiet gentleman who kept to himself and recently married a woman from North Carolina. AugustaCrimeStoppers.org has added another $1,000 reward payable upon the arrest of the shooters, so any witnesses that may come forth will have cash now and later should a conviction occur, bringing the total amount of the reward in the Hester Jackson case to up to $10,000. Okay, you guys are offering $9,000. We just added another $1,000 to it for Augusta Crime Stoppers. So now you can tell people that the reward is up to $10,000 total. Okay? Is there anything y'all would like to tell the whole world? Who do you think did this? Just what do you think? Who, what, where, any clues? If you have any information about the Hester Jackson murder as he arrived at his home on Willis Foreman Road, please call Lieutenant Blaze Dresser or Investigator Calvin Chu at 706-821-1020 or AugustaCrimeStoppers.org at 706-722-1010, where you'll always remain anonymous and get a cash reward. Now for an update on this home invasion. Augusta Crime Stoppers sent an eyewitness to the Richmond County Sheriff's Office to draw the faces of the three youths who home invaded this grandmother and her grandchildren. We have not heard back from the police or the eyewitness yet. Due to Augusta's rapidly growing home invasion and burglary trend, Augusta Crime Stoppers is offering for a limited time to any home invasion victim a free metal anti-home invasion strike plate. Laura Warren of News 12 wants to interview you while we install it. If you have been the victim of a home invasion, metal is installed where your door latches into the strike plate, so your door bolt goes into the metal instead of wood. A normal door jamb is thin, soft wood that will not stand up to someone kicking it, so most homes in the area have less than 2 seconds to defend against anyone kicking their door. A metal strike plate allows you precious time to make your escape and call the cops while the home invaders stay busy trying to kick in your door. Augusta Crime Stoppers spoke with the grandmother of the 3 grandchildren after they were forced to lay on the floor while her house was robbed. She tells Crime Stoppers she's trying to flee the county and has not slept in that house since the home invasion.
And now, this Crime Reports and Rewards Special report.
A recent shooting sign of growing gang violence in Richmond County, police tell the Augusta Chronicle's Bianca Kane. Authorities say they fear that the recent slaying of a teen points to growing gang violence in Augusta. Gang graffiti was spray painted at the intersection of Loftwood Drive and Brookshire Road. Investigators estimate that Richmond County has several gangs. Dijon Cortez Abbott, 17, was charged with murder, aggravated assault, and a weapons violation in a fatal shooting in July on East Kensington Drive. 19-year-old Marquez Eubanks died after being shot at that house party on East Kensington Drive on July 18th, and 2 others were wounded. The man police arrested in that homicide, Dijon Cortez Abbott, is a member of the South Augusta gang 23rd, which is warring with another gang called 600 or 600. Lieutenant Jason Vinson, who worked with the FBI's gang unit before coming to the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, said shootings related to gang activity have become more frequent and are escalating more quickly from physical fights to gunfire. Vinson said he's seen gang members getting more brazen about their allegiance recently. Instead of hiding the gang colors, they're flaunting them and getting t-shirts and hats made to show that they are gang members. The number of gangs in Richmond County is not clear, investigator Ashley Fletcher told the Augusta Chronicle. Every little or big neighborhood seems to have one, she said. Most of the gangs are comprised primarily of teens, but some of the more established ones have older members who are related to the younger ones. Barton Village's OWTT, or the O-Dubs, have been around since the 1990s and is one of the largest. The parents of the grown people I was investigating would claim to be members, Vincent said, of the group that is estimated to have more than 100 gangbangers. 2 of last year's homicides were determined to be the result of gang activity. Danielle Hicks and Trumaine Jones were both fatally shot at the River Glen apartments within a month of each other. Police said the second death was retaliation for the first. Some of the gangs are considered smaller chapters of larger national gangs such as the Bloods, Crips, and Folk Nation. Devon Harris, who meets and speaks with gang members across the Aiken and Augusta area, says sometimes the only thing standing in the way of someone leaving a gang is finding steady employment. But dealing drugs or stealing items to resell are sometimes easier for a recovering gang member than moving on. Up to 75% of crime in any city is gang-related, Harrison estimated. They have to survive. Richmond County Sheriff Roundtree said he's working to create a gang task force that can prevent criminal activity. One of my main goals is to prevent young men from entering into crime or winding up in prison or dying in the streets, Roundtree said in an email. We understand that youth violence is a major problem in our area, and for years we have seen a steady increase in gang-related incidents. Our goal is not just to stop the cycle, but to break it. If you know of a gang crime, please call 1-800-222-TIPS or email your tip to tips@AugustaCrimeStoppers.org or text your tip to 803-441-UP-HIGH, where you can always remain anonymous. The rewards are up high, and you tell Crime Stoppers how you want to be paid.
And now, this Crime Reports and Rewards special report.
Based on the Second Amendment and what the Second Amendment says.
It was a rally in support of Liberty County Sheriff Nick Finch.
I was trying to change things that solve the problem and got elected to fix those problems.
But Finch is now off the job, charged with a third-degree felony. Agents with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement say in March, one of Finch's deputies arrested a man for carrying a concealed weapon. The sheriff allegedly let the man go and destroyed all related jail documents, making it appear as though an arrest never happened.
I have no idea why they were brought against me. All I can tell you is that I was supporting or upholding my oath that I made to the citizens of Liberty County.
Speaking out for the first time since his arrest, the sheriff says he was only upholding his oath of office and protecting a citizen's Second Amendment right. For that, the sheriff has been garnering a lot of support, more than 4,000 clicks on the supporting Facebook page, and according to a spokeswoman with the governor's office, they've gotten more than 1,300 letters demanding the sheriff be reinstated. Supporters of Finch say the governor was invited to speak right here at the old Capitol, just steps away from his office, but was unavailable to comment.
I just hope the governor and FDLE will relook that investigation and determine that they have made a terrible mistake here.
He's encouraging him to stay strong.
Not to back down. And I know he won't.
For now, an interim sheriff has been appointed by the governor to run the Liberty County Sheriff's Office.
I believe in the end that I did what I felt was right based on the Second Amendment, and I believe in the end that that's what will happen, that's what will be proved, and I will be put back in office.
And now for a Crime Stoppers Neighborhood Watch update. The crime problem is both costly and demoralizing. Directly or indirectly, we're all affected by crime that has caused injury, financial loss, and intimidation. These situations demonstrate vividly the need for community involvement and assistance in crime prevention, reporting, and efforts in the Crime Stoppers Neighborhood Watch program. The Augusta Crime Stoppers Neighborhood Watch program uses the comprehensive and well-written documents of the National Sheriff's Association for its Neighborhood Watch program. Indeed, there are many avenues and aspects of crime prevention. Safety tips we endorse are fully described on the AugustaCrimeStoppers.org website. Then click on the Facebook logo and like Augusta Crime Stoppers on Facebook to become a Crime Stopper.
In communities across the country, neighbors are taking a bite out of crime for each other, for themselves, for their children.
As a parent, the one thing that we're concerned with is our safety and the safety of the community. You know, just being able to go to sleep at night and not worry that, to know that you have safe surroundings.
Jesse Whitfield is the Neighborhood Watch liaison for his subdivision. He organizes Neighborhood Watch meetings and training classes where his neighbors learn how to protect their home and property, to look out for people and cars that seem suspicious, and what to do if a crime is in progress.
Their first step should be obviously call the sheriff's office, dial 911, get us on the way.
The faster a crime is reported, the faster response you're going to get, and it seems that those in the Neighborhood Watch, because we've trained them, they know how to report a crime, they're more vigilant, diligent, and they know what to look for.
So many times you would hear somebody say, well, I did notice a strange car over there earlier today, but they didn't call us.
And when a crime occurs in Jesse's neighborhood, he gets an alert from the sheriff's department. He then contacts all the Neighborhood Watch block captains, and they in turn email every resident on the street. One email sent to over 200 homes telling everyone to watch out for a suspicious person, an unmarked moving van, a stranger approaching children.
You definitely have to have people who are going to want to pay attention to what's going on around them, and who, if they hear a noise, they get up, or if they get a phone call about something suspicious, they check it out, or they go the extra mile even to walk down the driveway and get a description or things like that. And we do have neighbors like that who get involved, and that makes the difference.
The law enforcement officers patrolling the streets and the neighborhoods of America, they need our help.
Any deputy can ride through your subdivision, ride through your neighborhood, ride by your house. There could be a burglar inside. His car could be parked in the driveway. But the deputy has no idea what is the correct car that belongs in that driveway. But the neighbors know. And so that's a very important component of it, it's just simply neighbors watching out for neighbors and then letting us know when something out of the ordinary is going on.
I think it's incumbent upon everyone to keep an eye out and to be aware of what's going on around them, not only for your community but for your family.
Less crime is no accident. When neighbors look out for neighbors, crime rates go down.
We have seen upwards to a 10% decrease in crime in neighborhoods that have taken on the Neighborhood Watch programs. It works.
Today, 3 out of 4 people understand that working with law enforcement, they can make a difference in preventing crime.
Neighborhood Watch is part of Celebrate Safe Communities, an initiative of the National Sheriff's Association, the National Crime Prevention Council, and the Bureau of Justice Assistance, U.S. Department of Justice.
You've been watching Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't. Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by WBEK Channel 16 and AugustaCrimeStoppers.org. Crime Reports and Rewards is a production of Michael's Media.